Jai Hind everyone, I am Prabhat Kumar and I welcome you all to PYQ Academy. In today's video, I am going to discuss the solution of NDA 1 2021 in which I will be going with the science portion. As discussed in the introduction video that the level of toughness of science in case of NDA is more than that of CDS. Okay, so in CDS, the almost 100% questions were coming up to the class 10, but in NDA you will find at least 20 to 30% questions from class 12. But these are not the tough questions, these are basic questions, and mostly the questions asked from the class 11 and 12 are from physics. But the good thing about this is that UPSC has provided a very detailed syllabus. So let's look on the syllabus. So it has divided in different parts, that is physics, chemistry, general science. Okay, and in physics it has given these topics. So I'm not going to discuss all the topics, but what you have to do that please go through each and every keyword. Uh, Means what for each and every keyword what is given in the NCERT you should know, because UPSC is also only focusing on what it is given in the NCERT. Okay, similarly there is portion of some chemistry also, and this portion, the section C, it is from class up to class 10 only. Okay, so let's start, and the first question is, wait a minute. So the first question is, consider the following statements about light year. Okay, so light year is a unit of measurement of very large distance. Second is, light year is a unit of measurement of very large time interval. And third is, light year is a measurement for unit for measurement of light intensity. Okay, so if you had gone through the syllabus, there is in physics it is one unit and measurement chapter is in class 11th. So this question is taken from there. Or you all know that the light year is a unit of distance, very large distance. So this is the correct option, and next two options are wrong. It is not, it has no relation with time interval or no relation with the intensity of light. So our answer is option only one. So option D is the answer. Next question is, which one of the following regarding density of water at atmospheric pressure is correct? Okay, this is also from the I can say from 11th or 12th portion, because it is not, and the density of water is not given in class to class 10. You will find this in hydrogen chapter. Okay, so the answer is, correct answer is option A. Density of water at 4 degrees centigrade is 1000 kg per meter cube. Okay, the next question is, which of the following pairs of physical phenomenon and the discovery are correctly matched? Okay, so the first is James Chadwick photoelectric effect, second is Albert Einstein, and third is Marie Curie radium. So you can see that this is first and second options are interchanged. Okay, so this is also wrong and this is also wrong. Third is right, Madame Curie invented radium. So our answer is only D. Okay, you can find this I took from NCERT. The James Chadwick discovered presence of neutrons. Okay, so let's come to next question. LED, one of the most simplest questions, so I didn't took any reference. The answer is light emitting diode. Okay, next question, the statement of friction force is a contact force while magnetic force is a non-contact force. Okay, so the given options are always true, true only at 0 degree centigrade, a false statement, or either true or false depending upon the temperature of our surrounding. Okay, so let's take means one is friction force and other is magnetic force. We know that friction force is a force which is in contact. Suppose this is one surface and this is, so the friction will be here. Okay, so it uh, suppose this is earth and this is north pole. Okay, and suppose temperature here is at place it is something 0 degrees centigrade. Okay, so there also means the nature of the force is frictional force is contact force. So here also it will be a contact force. Okay, and same the magnetic force will be a non-contact force. Although the magnetic property will increase, but it will be a non-contact force. So do not get confused by these options. It is always true. Okay, it doesn't depends upon the temperature of the surrounding. Okay, if the question had been that the what will be the effect on the magnitude of the magnetic force, then it would depend upon the temperature. But right now it will doesn't have the effect of the external surrounding. So the answer is option A. Next question is, which one of the following is the chemical formula of hypobromous acid? Okay, as I discussed earlier in the video that you will find some questions from class 11 and 12, and this is directly taken from the, I think, halogen chapter. Okay, uh, so the question is asking just simple that whether you know the formula of hypobromous acid or not. So you can see here the hypobromous acid is nothing but HOBr. So our answer is option B. Okay, HbRO3 is this one perbromic acid, so this will not be. HBr is hydrogen bromide simply, this will also not be. And this is something, okay, I don't remember this one. Okay, the answer is option B. The composition of gases in exosphere, one of the simple questions. Okay, so if you don't know, suppose you have to take a guess. So exosphere means it is asking about the gas present in the outer space. So suppose let take example of sun. We all know that sun is made up of what? Hydrogen and helium. Okay, and the other gases like nitrogen, oxygen, these are only present in the atmosphere. Okay, these gases cannot survive in this outer space due to the heat. Okay, so uh, the answer will be hydrogen and helium. Okay, which one of the following is not used as a raw material in manufacturing of glass? Okay, suppose you don't know the composition of glass, but you can try this by going through the exam, going through the options. The first option is soda. Suppose you don't know. Okay, then alumina, then borax. But gypsum, you must have read this about gypsum in the in class 10. Okay, so gypsum is used as a building material in cement. Okay, like it POP. Okay, not POP, but it cannot be used to in the means manufacturing of glass. Okay, so the answer is option D. Next question is, in the electrolytic refining of copper, the electrolyte is a solution of. This is a question taken from the chapter metals and non-metals, in which the extraction process, one of the extraction process of uh, is electrolytic refining. Okay, so here in that electrolytic refining, what is the electrolyte solution used? So you can see in the figure that the electrolyte are acidified copper sulfate solution. Okay, so not acidified copper chloride, not at all KCl and sodium sulfate. This is option B, acidified copper sulfate. Okay, next, solder is an alloy. This is question directly from the same chapter. It is a repeated question asked in CDS many times. Okay, so you can see here, solder is an alloy of tin and lead, that is Pb and Sn. So this was one of the simplest questions. asked directly. Okay, now come to this question. This is a question which is from class means higher. I think it is from the hydrogen chapter of class 11. Okay, hydrogen chapter. Definitely you are going to find some of the questions little bit tough. Okay, or I can classify it as moderate to tough. So there are different statements given about the process of dihydrogen. Okay, if you will see the syllabus now, in syllabus that directly mention about the hydrogen, so you need to know the properties. So the first property is H2 is lighter than air and insoluble in water. Yes, hydrogen gas is, all we know that hydrogen gas is lighter than air, so it is the correct option. Okay, and H2 is inert at room temperature due to high hydrogen bond dissociation enthalpy. This is another property, it is given in because it is relatively inert at room temperature due to high hydrogen bond enthalpy. This is also correct. Next is H2 reacts with alkali metal at high temperature to yield metal hydrides. This is also directly given in the NCERT. You can see here H2 reacts with one metal, it makes metal hydride. Okay, so C is also correct. And the fourth is a mixture of NO2 and H2 is known as syngas. No, this is the wrong one. Okay, the mixture of CO plus H2 is known as syngas. Okay, so our answer is, it was asking the question asked about not correct, so option D is not correct, so our answer is option D. Okay, so which of the following sets of elements has the same valency? This is a simple question, I think everyone should do it. Okay, let's check it. So sodium 1 valency, magnesium 2, calcium 2. This is not okay. Sodium 1, magnesium 2, aluminum 3. This is also wrong. Magnesium 2, calcium 2, but potassium 1. This is also wrong. Then magnesium 2, calcium 2, and barium also 2. This is the right answer. Okay. Which one of the following is the lowest possible temperature? Okay. In the means it is asking indirectly that as absolute zero temperature. Okay. Absolute zero. And we know that absolute zero temperature is the 0 Kelvin. So if we have to convert 0 Kelvin into degree Celsius, 0 minus 273, that means minus 273 degree Celsius is the absolute zero temperature, which is the lowest possible temperature. Okay, so the answer is option D. Numerically, two thermometers, one is in Fahrenheit scale and another in Celsius scale. So what the question is asking that at what temperature the means Fahrenheit scale and Celsius scale are same. So first we to calculate this we need to know the formula. Okay, so F equals to 9 by 5C plus 32. Okay, this is the formula which we should remember. So by using this formula we can find this. Okay, so the question is asking about Celsius, so let's convert Fahrenheit. Let's take F equals to C. So 9 by 5C equals to 32. So 5C equals to 9C plus 5 to the 10, 5 to 15, 5 to 15, 116. Okay, it will be 160 equals to minus 4C. So C equals to minus 40 degree. Okay, so for condition F equals to C equals to 40 degree, that means at equals to minus 40, that means at minus 40 degree Celsius both Fahrenheit means minus 40 degrees centigrade is equals to minus 40 Kelvin. Okay, and this is a question asked in various examinations, so you directly you can remember minus 40 degree. The next question is the image we see in plane mirror. Okay, so the plane mirror, the characteristics of plane mirror is very important. It has been asked in various exams, not only in UPSC exams but in various other exams of like SSC and state PCS. So you must know the features of a plane mirror. So the image from the plane mirror is first erect, then virtual, okay, then the same size as the object, and also the same distance behind the mirror. The image distance as well as the object distance is same. Okay, so the question is asking about whether the image is real or virtual. So let's eliminate the real option. Okay. And then virtual and nearly the not nearer than, it should be equal than the object, and virtual and laterally inverted, this is right. Okay, while you stand in front of mirror, you will see that the objects which is in the right seems to be in the left. Okay, that is laterally inverted. Which one of the following colors may be obtained by combining green and red color? Okay, this is a question asked from colors, so you have to remember this. If you will add green in red, you will get yellow. Okay, there is no logic, or you have to remember this. So the answer is yellow, option D. And one thing you have to remember, in the next question we will get this. Okay, which one of the following are the primary colors? So the primary colors are red, blue and green. Okay, means these colors are directly present in the I can say environment. Okay, so by mixing these colors, other colors can be found, like in the earlier question, red plus green was mixed to make yellow. Okay, so the answer is blue, red and green, option B. Next question, according to new Cartesian sign convention, which one of the following is correct in respect of the formula 1 by f equals to 1 by v plus 1 by u? Okay, so it applies only to spherical mirrors, it applies only to spherical lenses, it applies to spherical mirror array, spherical lenses. It is a infinite formula. So as you can see, this is a spherical lens. It is in fact it is a concave mirror. Okay, and it is a type of spherical mirror. So this formula is used for spherical mirrors. If there was minus in place of plus, so it would be the spherical lens, but the formula is, this is our formula, a spherical mirror. Movement of material to different parts of cytoplasm and nucleus is generally carried out by. So this is the question directly from the cell chapter. Okay, cell chapter is one of the most important chapter. It is asked repeatedly, and questions are also very simple in all the exams like NDA, CDS and CAPF, and each and every question is directly from the chapter. You can find the direct mention that the question was asking about to different part of cytoplasm and nucleus. So you can see here that one function of endoplasmic reticulum is to serve as channel for transport of materials between various regions of cytoplasm or between cytoplasm to nucleus. So you get the answer, endoplasmic reticulum. Ribosome is known for protein synthesis, mitochondria is the powerhouse ATP, and lysosome is the suicidal valve or known for waste cleaning. Okay, suicidal valve. So next, move to the next question. Next question is also an easy question. In mitochondria, ATP synthesizing channel reaction takes place in. Okay, so in mitochondria there are two layers. Okay, and different layers, both do different works. So you can see here, mitochondria has two membrane covering. The outer membrane is porous while the inner membrane is deeply folded. These folds increase the surface area for ATP generating chemical reactions. Okay, so it was asking about the second one, so the inner membrane. Okay, The answer is inner one. So if you are going through each and every line of NCERT, definitely you are going to solve each and every question. So next question is, squamous epithelial cells are found in inner lining of. This is the question from the chapter tissue, cells and tissue, okay, of class 9. So the question is asking was squamous epithelial. So let's see here. Simple squamous epithelial cells are extremely thin and flat and form a delicate lining, the oesophagus. Okay, oesophagus and the lining of mouth are also covered with squamous epithelium. So our answer is option A, oesophagus. Next question. Transformation of meristematic cells into specific permanent tissue occur by. Okay, that means how the meristematic, that is temporary cells, are converted into specific tissues. So the process is known as, here you can see, called differentiation. Okay, they take up specific role and lose the ability to divide. As a result, they form permanent tissue. This process of taking up permanent shape, size, and function is called differentiation. So the answer is cell differentiation. Okay. The gaseous product of a process in plant is a requirement for another vital process that releases energy. Given below are 4 combinations of process and product. Identify the correct answer. Okay. So and there are in pairs it is given, and in the question it is asking that the second one should be the byproduct of first one. Okay. So let's check each and every option. In first, it is given that nitric oxide is the product of respiration. No, in respiration there is only exchange of CO2 and O2. There is no talk about NO2, nitric oxide. Sorry, not this one. NO2, okay, nitric oxide. So this is the wrong option. Next is transpiration and water vapor. Okay. So transpiration occurs. Okay. But water vapor is not used by the plant, but it is means it has no use in plant. Okay. The question and the next option is photosynthesis and oxygen. So we know that photosynthesis, uh, in the process of photosynthesis, oxygen is a byproduct, and this oxygen can again be utilized for respiration by the plant itself. Okay, so this is our correct option. As the question was asking that gaseous product of a plant, of a process in plant is required for another vital process. So the first process was photosynthesis. It produced oxygen, and this oxygen is used for respiration. That is a vital process. So our answer is option C. We can also check the next option, germination and carbon dioxide. No, it has no relation. Okay, so the answer is option C. Next question is, in a dicot pot herb, Vaseline vegetable oil was applied on the upper surface of one leaf. Okay, and in experiment leaf 1, and on the lower surface of another leaf on the experiment leaf 2, and Vaseline या vegetable oil was not applied on control leaf. Okay, so a person took 3 leaves. Okay, in first leaf it applied Vaseline on the upper part. In second leaf, okay, it applied Vaseline on the lower part, and third leaf was left, means no Vaseline was applied on any of the parts. Okay, so and if it was not watered deliberately for 7 days, so which leaf will dry up last? Okay, so it seems that this leaf will dry the first because there is no covering. Okay, so let's eliminate the control leaf. Okay, so this option also eliminate. eliminates because this leaf will dry faster. So there is no option for all leaves will dry simultaneously. Okay, now we have to think between these two options. Okay, so for this question the UPSC has provided the answer option B. Okay, I don't have the correct explanation for that why leaf 2 will dry faster, but the UPSC is given this option, so we should go for this option. Okay, which one of the following statements is not correct for light rays? So let's go with the statements first. In first statement, light travels at different speeds in different medium. Yes, it is true. Suppose let's take example of air and water. If the air is coming, sorry, if the light is coming through medium of air, definitely it is going to travel faster, and if it enters a medium of water, its speed slows down. Okay, so this is correct one. Light travels at almost 3 million meters per second in air. Yes, if it comes roughly up to 310 meter per second, which is true. Okay, light speeds down as it leaves a water surface and enters air. No, it is wrong, because if it will leave water surface, it will increase its speed, because uh, in liquid the density is more than of air, so less density will increase the speed of air, so speed of light in air. So this is the wrong answer. Light speeds of as it leaves a glass surface and enters air. This is correct, because it is going from a medium of higher density to lower density. So definitely the speed will increase. So the wrong option is option C. So our answer is option C. It was asking about not correct option. Okay. A glass prism splits white light into different colors. This phenomena is called dispersion of light. So which one of the following statement is correct? Okay. The first option is red light will deviate the most, and it is because of reflection of light. So we know that when, let's take a prism, if a ray of light comes and if it is entering it, uh, it is changing its medium. So this is known as refraction. Okay, not reflection. So let's eliminate the reflection option. This will be wrong. Refraction, refraction, reflection. So we are left with two options, B and C. Now we have to decide who will deviate the most, whether it is violet or red. Okay, so if you don't know about the uh, characteristics, so you must have observed that the signals of traffic signals are made of red. Okay, red, green, and red had the because red has the largest wavelength. So as it has the largest wavelength, so it doesn't deviate from its path. Okay, that means uh, red light will deviate the least and violet will deviate the most. So let's look up the option. Violet light will deviate the most, and it is because refraction of light. The option is correct. Red light will deviate the least. So answer is option B. One thing you can remember, this in this visual VIBGYOR. Okay, in this way the lambda increases, and in this way the frequency increases. Okay, this you can remember. So this is simple numerical given. A current of 1 ampere is drawn by a filament of electric bulb for 10 minutes. The amount of electric charge that flows through the current is. So it is asking about Q. So we know that I equals to Q by T. This is the formula. That means charge per second, or that is coulomb per second. So and I is given as 1 ampere. Okay, and time is 10 minutes. 10 minutes can be converted into 600 seconds. So let's calculate the charge. Charge equals to I into T. So I is 1 into 600, that will be 600 coulomb. It's a very simple question if you remember the formula. So answer is C option. So which one of the following formula does not represent electric power? So formula is also required here. We know the basic formula is P equals to VI. Okay, so this will represent. Okay, now let's P equals to VI. We know that V can be replaced with V equals to IR. Okay, and I, so it will become I square R. So I square R, it is also correct option. Now another one we can do, I equals to V by R. Okay, I equals to V by R. We are using V equals to IR. This is from Ohm's law. Okay, so it will become V square by R. Okay, so this is also right. So definitely by elimination we reach our answer option B. Okay, these are basic questions asked from whether you remember the basic formula or not. Next question is, sound created in a big hall persists because of repeated reflections. The phenomenon is known as. Okay, if you had read the light chapter, you may have come out through this dispersion, so you can eliminate this. Refraction, diffraction, although these can means this is we cannot say whether this is refraction or not, but the answer is option A, reverberation. Okay, this is directly given in the sound chapter. You can read sound chapter in class, I think 11. Okay, but you can remember this question have been asked in many examinations. Next question is also from that chapter. When light is scattered by a molecule and the frequency of that scattered light is changed, the phenomenon is called. Actually, means here you can eliminate photoelectric effect and Rutherford scattering. Okay, but you may have doubt between these two options. The answer is option B. This is directly given in NCERT. There is one picture of Raman effect. Raman effect in, I think it is first chapter. I think Raman effect. So there you can find, and this is the definition of Raman effect. The next question is, which one of the following statements about the cleansing action of soap is not true? Okay, so this is question directly from the chapter carbon and its compound, where you will find one picture in which there is detailed information about the cleansing action of soap. Okay, so let's move to the statements. The oil and dirt gets collected in the center of micelle. This statement is true. Here you can find that soap in the form of micelle is able to clean since oil dirt will collected in the center of the micelle. Okay, so this is the correct one. Soap micelles scatter light. Yes, this is also correct. Here it is given. Soap micelles are large enough to scatter and soap solution appears cloudy. So this is also correct. Soaps are ammonium salts of long chain carboxylic acid. So this you can find here that soaps are sodium and potassium salts of long chain carboxylic acid, not ammonium salts. Okay, so this option is wrong. And next is, soap forms insoluble precipitate with the calcium and magnesium ion in hard water. Yes, this is also true, and this is the drawback of soap. That's why detergent are used, because it forms hard water. So the answer is, and this is also right. The answer is option C. The question was asking about not true option. So not true is the C. Okay. Next is hydrogenation of vegetable oil using nickel catalyst. This is a very simple reaction known as addition reaction. Okay, this is given in chapter 4, carbon compounds. So in what happens in this reaction, the unsaturated means unsaturated alkenes or alkynes are converted into saturated alkene, okay, with the help of hydrogen by addition of hydrogen in presence of nickel catalyst. So our answer is addition reaction, option C. Which one of the following materials is not an allotrope of carbon? This is the most simple question of this paper. Diamond is an allotrope, graphene is an allotrope, and fluorine is an allotrope. Fly ash is not an allotrope. It is a burnt form of carbon. So the answer is option C. Next question is, which one of the following reactions does not result in evolution of hydrogen gas? Okay. So I had provided you all the reactions from the NCERT. So while going through NCERT, remember or go through carefully all means or read carefully all the reactions, because UPSC is asking continuously about the reactions. Okay. So first, the reaction of zinc metal with dilute HCl. You can find here metal plus dilute HCl will form a salt and hydrogen. So hydrogen gas is evolved. So this is correct option. Mixing water to POP. When you will mix water to POP, plaster of Paris, so it will become gypsum, CSO4.2H2, but here no H2 gas is released. Okay. So this is the incorrect option. And heating zinc metal with sodium hydroxide, you can see here, zinc metal with sodium hydroxide, it will form sodium zincate and hydrogen gas is released. It is also correct. And in the last option, reaction of potassium with water, it will also release hydrogen gas and with some heat, because it will catch fire. So this is also correct, but the question was asking about not correct option, so the answer is option B. Okay. Next question, which one of the following acid is predominantly found in tomatoes? This question has been repeatedly asked. You can see here that this table is given in the NCERT. The answer is oxalic acid. Okay. So this is one of the most easiest question. You cannot make this question wrong. Which one of the following conclusions could not be derived from Rutherford's alpha particle? Rutherford's alpha particle is given in the chapter Structure of Atom of class 9. Okay, they will find all the information related to all his experiment. Okay, so let's go through each and every statement. The first statement is, most of the space in atom is empty. Yes, this is correct option. You can see here his first observation, most of the space inside the atom is empty because most of alpha particles pass through the gold foil without getting deflected. Okay. The radius of atom is about 10 to the power 5 times the radius of nucleus. This is also given. It was calculated 10 to the power 5 times less than the radius of atom. This is also correct one. Electrons move in a circular path of fixed energy orbit. This is not an observation of this alpha particle, so this is wrong. Nearly all the masses of atom reside in the nucleus. It is also true. A very small fraction of alpha particles were deflected by 180 degree, indicating that all positively charged and mass of the gold atom were concentrated in a very small volume within the atom. Okay, so this is also correct one. The question was asking about not to be true, so option C will be our answer. Electrons move in circular path of fixed energy. This was not the observation from Rutherford's alpha particle scattering experiment. Okay. So a reaction of quicklime with water produces slaked lime is an example of. You can see this when when water is added to quicklime, it forms slaked lime and heat is released. Okay, it is an example of combination reaction. Okay, combination reaction, but in the option you can find there is no mention of combination reaction. So you can also see heat is released. Okay, and in the option it is given exothermy. So the answer is option D. Okay, In endothermic, heat is taken, and in decomposition reaction, heat is provided, and displacement reaction has no relation here. So the answer is option D, exothermic reaction. Which on the following is not a biomass energy source? Okay. So by going through statement, we can eliminate wood is a biomass energy source. Okay. And gobar gas is a biomass energy source. Coal is also biomass energy source. Nuclear reactor is not, because it uses atoms. Okay. It uses energy by bombardment of atoms. So this is our required answer, option B. Next question is twinkling of stars is due to. This is direct question from NCERT. As you can see here, I picked this image from the NCERT class 10 chapter 11. Apparent star position due to atmospheric refraction. Okay, twinkling of star is just because of atmospheric refraction. So our answer is atmospheric refraction of starlight. Okay. So what I had observed in these previous year papers, that the UPSC is continuously asking the examples of these phenomena like atmospheric refraction. So what we have to do, remember all the examples of atmospheric refraction. Okay. So the next question is, which of the following cannot be the unit of frequency of sound wave? Okay. So we know just frequency is measured in hertz. Okay, we know this. Second, we know this decibel, sound is measured in decibel, so this can also be correct. And frequency is 1 by time period, so it will be 1 by second. So second inverse will also be true. So this has no relation with minute inverse. In fact, minute is not a standard unit. So answer is option D. Correct option is answer D. Next question is, beat is a phenomenon that occurs when frequencies of two harmonic waves are. Okay. So while listening music, you have observed that beat, you can say that beat is matching. Okay. That means it should have nearly same okay frequency. Then you can say that beat is matching. Okay. So then you will get confused between these two options, nearly same and equal. So here the most appropriate answer will be nearly same. Okay, because equal means mathematically equal. That means if 5 hertz equals to 5 hertz, this is technically not possible. Okay, so the correct answer is option B, nearly same. And far apart and multiple each other, no, these are wrong answers. Next question is, light waves are incident on an air glass boundary. Okay. Some of the light waves are reflected and some are refracted in the glass. Which one of the following property is the same for incident wave and refracted wave? So let's make this is, suppose this is a glass slab. Okay, and suppose these are coming. This is normal. Okay, rather going straight, this will bend little bit towards normal. Okay, so now come to the question. On their glass, some of the light waves are reflected. Yes, some will be reflected back with same angle. Okay, reflected and some are refracted. Yes, which of the following property is same for incident wave and refracted wave? Okay, that means asking about for these two. Okay, so speed will decrease. Okay, speed here will decrease, so this is not correct. Direction is changing. Okay, this will also not be. Brightness, obviously it will change. Okay, here if some light particle is coming, here it will be brighter, here it will be little bit dim. Okay, the answer is option D. Okay, frequency. So here you can find that you can easily eliminate these options, but if suppose if they were given another characteristic, So you must remember this fact because this question has been asked in many exams, that which characteristics of light wave doesn't changes after refraction. So answer is frequency. Next question is, which one of the following statement is true for simple harmonic oscillator? Okay. So this question is from class 11th. Okay, one chapter is oscillations. So from there it has been taken. So force acting is directly proportional to the displacement from the mean position and is in the same direction. And the force acting is directly proportional to displacement from the mean position and is in opposite direction. Okay. And acceleration of oscillator is constant. The velocity of oscillator is. So as you can see, here is a in the image, here is a spring. So, and for a spring we know that F equals to minus kx, okay, where k is the spring constant. So by going, let's go to this option. So you can see that these two options are nearly same. Force acting is directly proportional to the displacement from the mean position and is in same direction and is in opposite direction. These are generally means these type of options are generally set by the professors, that if you are known that one property, so whether you are knowing the second property or not. Okay, so definitely the answer is going to from these two options. Okay, so now you can see this expression F equals to minus kx. Minus denotes the opposite direction. Okay, force is directly proportional, x is the displacement here. Okay, so F is directly proportional to x and F equals to minus kx, where k is the proportionality constant. Okay, so force is directly proportional to the displacement from the mean position and is in the opposite direction. Answer is option B. This was the question from class means higher than class 10. During seed germination, the part of embryo which grows into root is. This I took from directly from chapter 8 of class I think 10, I think. So yes, reproduction chapter. Here you can see that radicle is the future root and plumel is the future shoot. The question is asking about the during seed germination part of embryo which goes into root. So root is the radicle. Answer is option A. So you can know the significance of how much each and every image given in the NCERT is having its own significance. Next question is also directly from an image. In a typical flower, germinating pollen grains pass through several parts of gynoecium before they reach the ovule. A list of parts of gynoecium is given below in the different combinations. Choose the combination that represent the correct sequence of pollen tube. Okay, so the sequence given is of the pollen tube. So you can see here, first is this is the pollen tube. Okay, so first is the stigma, so it should be stigma, then style, then ovary. Okay, the correct answer is option B, sigma, style, ovary. The question was asking about this, so answer is option B. If a human blood is placed in a 2% detergent solution, what will happen to RBC? Okay, suppose let's take a blood. Okay, this is blood and this is surrounded by a 2% detergent solution. Okay, so this question would be tough. I will means this question is little bit tough, but it has a reference in NCERT class 10. So but you have to know that blood solution is having 0.9% of salt. Okay, 0.9% concentration, and it is having 2%. So this means the density in the outer surface is higher, that means the concentration of water here is low, okay, and concentration of water in blood is high. So the water will start moving from blood towards the detergent surface, so that there is equal concentration of water in the whole area. Okay, so what will happen when the blood will come out? This will start to shrink. Okay, so you can see here, if the medium has a lower concentration of water than the cell, meaning that it is a very concentrated solution, the cell will lose water. Okay, so it will lose water, so then the cell will shrink. Okay, so answer should be shrink, but there is one other option, RBC will rise. So if you find this meaning, rise means it will like split. Okay, so it will be most appropriate answer. If this option was not there, definitely this was the correct option, but in this scenario this option D is correct, and UPSC has also given this option as answer. Next question, the major source of vitamin and minerals for vegetarians. Okay, so let's apply the common sense here. Let's eliminate the options. Suppose black gram and wheat. Okay, you cannot find all the vitamins in only in black gram or wheat. Rice doesn't contain vitamin, it contains carbohydrate. Okay, you also here milk can have multiple vitamins and minerals. Okay, not only vitamins, but here you can find one option is in vegetables and salt. It doesn't mention which vegetable or which salt. That means it is covering a very large domain. Okay, different kinds of vegetable and fruits, so it will contain all kinds of vitamins and minerals. So our answer is option C. Okay, this was a question in which we have to apply common sense. Next question is, if a ray of light enters from a rarer medium to denser medium at zero angle of incidence, it would. So this has a reference in NCERT. Okay, uh, if you haven't gone through this image, you can imagine that, let's suppose this is water and this is air, and a ray of light coming perpendicularly. Okay, so what happens when there is change in medium from rare to denser? The light tends to move towards normal, but when it is on the normal now, why it will move towards it is already on the normal, so it will not deviate from its original path, so rather it will reflect back or go straight. So we know that some part will reflect and some part will go straight, so the answer is go straight. Okay, because this option can confuse you, but it is asking about means reflection will be there but not total reflection. Okay, if it would be other than, if it was suppose a tile, no, so then it would totally reflected there. Next question is mirage in an illustration of. This is a question directly for you from NCERT, or you can say this question have been asked various number of times. This is asking about the TER, total internal reflection. Okay, various phenomena like TER, then atmospheric refraction. Okay, these examples of these phenomena are asked number of times. So the answer is option C. No, it will be option D, both refraction and total internal reflection. Okay, refraction also occurs, so answer is option D. So other than this, there are various other applications here like optical fiber. Okay, optical fiber has in rainbow, it has, there is total interreflection, so you need to remember all these examples. Next is the last question is common salt NaCl is not used as a raw material for preparation of which one of the following compounds. Okay, so you can see I had taken all these reactions from NCERT. So first look at bleaching powder. Bleaching powder not used as NaCl is not used as raw material. Okay, so okay, let's look at the washing soda. Washing soda is nothing but NaHCO3. In washing soda, there is wait a minute. So you can see here that let's take the first option, bleaching powder. Okay, bleaching powder is found by when calcium hydroxide is reacted with chlorine, it becomes calcium oxychloride. So you can see here there is no involvement of NaCl. Okay, so in this but common salt, but as it means, but it is used. Okay, wait a minute. Yes, in here coming to baking option, baking soda. Baking soda has the formula NaHCO3, sodium is present, so NaCl can be used here also. Okay, and coming to the option washing soda, you can see here Na is also present here, so it can be used. But when you come to the option plaster of Paris now, it has the formula CaSO4 dot half H2O. Okay, it has no relation with NaCl, Na or Cl. So you can definitely get your answer. So answer is option C. Okay. Question was quite simple, whether there is involvement of NaCl in the manufacturing of any of these. So in C option there is no involvement of NaCl. Okay. So in this video I had covered 50 questions of science, and this was NDA 1 2021. I hope I'm clear in all the explanation. So if you have any doubt in any of your questions, you can comment. Okay, and if you have any doubt, you can also connect me with on different social media platforms, and the link is given in the description. So till then, um, thank you so much for watching PYQ Academy.